make your sacrifices count worth something. You done sacrificed a lot to get where you are. Don't give up on them dreams now, man. Don't make those sacrifices be in vain. Hey folks, welcome to another travel vlog. Indianapolis. I drove from the Chicago area. It's not that long. It's about 2.5 hours. Tonight I have my show. I have the 8 Black Hands, so had to get here and get set up. It was the drive was pretty cool, but I'm really excited for what I'm here for. There is a fund that I helped start in Oakland called the People's Literacy Fund. In that fund, we've given out $100,000 directly to community members that were focusing on improving literacy in our communities. I named it after the People's Breakfast program started by the Black Panthers. It was 2 reasons. 1 was the Black Panthers, and 2, it was because I grew up in shelters. I lived in 4 shelters. For those that don't know, got my clothes out of the Salvation Army bin, went to a double-digit number of elementary schools across the country. No one ever asked how that was going. Nobody ever checked in with my parents to see how they eventually, raised somebody who would become a doctor during that time. I think that our community has the best solutions for our people. I wanted to be able to do this with this fund. So in Oakland, we were successful. And there's an organization out here called the Mind Trust, and they got wind of it. And they asked if they could get down with it, if they could use it. And they did. They started something similar called the Go Further Literacy Fund, or the Go Farther Literacy Fund. I always say that wrong. They started out with a small amount at first. I think it was like 30,000. And then since then, they've given out progressively more. And I get to meet some of these recipients tomorrow, man, and I'm so excited. I'm so happy about it. Can't wait to do another check-in. You see my new shirt, and you can get this. This is at charlescoles3rd.com, but it says, make your sacrifices worth it. And when I think about this literacy fund, here's the beauty of it. Here's the beauty and the ugliness. I had to be a kid that lived all over the country, whose parents was on dope, who lived in 4 shelters, who grew up in the shadow of Black Panthers, whether it's being born in Maywood, where Fred Hampton was also born, or going to Lafayette Elementary School, where Huey P. Newton went, or having early meetings in my graduate career with Miss Elaine Brown, who was the impetus for me to actually write a book. My life has been intertwined with the Black Panthers. It has been intertwined with homelessness and perseverance and things of that nature. So for all those things to come together and be responsible for more than $200,000 going directly to people, to our community, so we can take the lead around literacy for ourselves, that means a lot, man. That only God could paint that picture. So I'm glad to share it with you. If you are enjoying this, I need you to like, I need you to subscribe it, and I need you to share it. These are the stories that if I would have heard when I was younger, I think I'd be even further than I am now.
Decided to do is ask ourselves this question: what could we do to improve student achievement among Black and brown kids in our city? And so we went on a search, and we started coming up with ideas, and we started brainstorming, and we came across the People's Literacy Fund in Oakland. And I said, hey, I know that guy. Essentially, I emailed Charles and I said, hey, Dr. Cole, can we use this if we decide to do this? And he said, listen, as many cities can get down with this, that's what I'm about. And he really said, all that I ask is you don't let the story get lost and get more cities involved. So we're actually talking to other cities. I want to, every city I talk to, I tell them about this. And you'd be surprised about how many people say that's a great idea, and then how many people don't move. And I was a math teacher, but I know that literacy was the thing that stopped kids from graduating. Literacy was the thing that, in all honesty, is stopping us from reading the contracts that gentrify our neighborhoods. Literacy is the thing I know for a fact that stops us from building our own businesses, from reading the contracts, from developing the proposals, or whatever it is may have it. And so giving our kids that gift, and giving our kids that gift from the people who mean the most to them, means everything to me.
And I said, okay, cool. If you do, if you can give me this money, but I want to give every cent of it away. I want to give every penny away, and we're gonna call it the People's Literacy Fund after the Black Panthers breakfast program. And we also wanted to say, look, we keep going to these teachers, we keep going to these schools, we keep giving up all this money to these white folks, and we giving them millions. We give them 6 figures. I said, but let's give it to our people and let them do what they need to around literacy. They ain't gotta know the same language that we know as education wants. Like, let's see what we do, and we do a lot with a little bit. So we gave out these mini grants, and some people got 500, some people got up to 5,000, but we gave people $2,000, and they was doing like full mobile book vehicles, and they was doing like, these grandmothers was doing book clubs and teaching people how to read. There was folks doing graphic novels and doing literacy through that way, and it was just really dope.
The better question is, are you okay with failing? Are you okay with losing? If you can answer those things as yes, then I would say run like hell. Start running right now. Stop waiting for folks.